Hello, I'm Mark Leslie, the Managing Director of Martello Media, a Dublin-based firm of narrative architects. Narrative architects are storytellers who specialise in the design of interactive spaces. These can be real spaces, landscapes, buildings, exhibitions, literature, audiovisuals, or web and disc-based virtual spaces. Our in-house team of architects, interpretive planners, filmmakers, multimedia software and hardware specialists all work together to design unique immersive narrative spaces and interactive experiences using a wide range of creative technologies. I founded the company in 1986 as the digital presentation arm of my architectural practice, and Martello rapidly expanded into a multimedia production studio. At that time, museums and cultural organisations showed much more intelligent interest in the potential for interactive media than did most corporate clients. So we found ourselves moving away from architectural visualisation and into educational DVD-ROMs and interactive problem-solving touchscreens in museums. However, we were frustrated by the unimaginative briefs given to us by most traditional museum designers, so we saw an opportunity to move into high-level interpretive master planning and museum design oriented to integrating the new communications technologies into the total museum experience. We are a bespoke company. I've kept the team small to guarantee integrity and consistency of quality, but nevertheless our approach has garnered international recognition from a very diverse range of sources. These include 2 outstanding Achievement Awards from TEA, the Los Angeles-based Theme Park Association, the Bronze Medal of the Bureau International des Expositions in Paris for the Irish Pavilion at Expo 2010 in Shanghai, the Kenneth Hudson Prize, the European Museum of the Year Awards for Glasnevin Cemetery in Dublin, and the IDI Exhibition Design Award for Churchill, The Power of Words in the Morgan Library in New York.
Including the United States.
Currently, we're involved in 3 very interesting projects in Malta. Musa, the new interactive fine arts museum in the Auberge d'Italia in Valletta, the restoration and interpretation of Fort St. Angelo in Grand Harbour, and Esplora, an interactive science centre in the former Naval Hospital in Bigi. In our 3 decades of work, we have had time to evolve a number of high-level principles that can be usefully applied to any design project using creative technologies, not just the field of culture, heritage and museum design. During our sessions together, I intend to share with you some of the experiences that led to the formulation of these principles and the problems and opportunities of applying them in real-life situations. In every session, there will be a workshop in which you will have the opportunity to work in groups on real-life briefs and present your own creative conclusions for critical review by your fellow students. The briefs will cover topics such as identifying user groups and visitor motivations, sequencing and grouping topics and themes to create compelling narrative threads, identifying a relevant range of creative technologies to match both the narrative and the user needs, wireframe design of interfaces and structured virtual zones to complement all of the above. In the meantime, here's a glimpse of some of the creative technologies used by Martello in our own past projects.
At every stage the poet worked with avant-garde visual artists in pursuit of his vision of the book as a total work of art. All of the creative phases come together in Yeats's masterpiece collection, represented by the volume The Tower. Inside the volume, the complex routes by which individual works appeared and were published before appearing in The Tower is charted. Masterclass screens trace the creative evolution of individual poems as adduced from studying the source manuscripts in the collection.
Readers know as 1919.
The exhibition is mirrored in its entirety in virtual reality on the web. This affords the same interactive access to all of the displayed objects as the real exhibition. The real exhibition is in effect a placeholder for the home page of the virtual exhibition that will live on in cyberspace, providing indefinite public access to the National Library's W.B. Yeats collection. It presents the entire story of the evolution of the universe and of life on Earth in 16 1.5-minute topic presentations. The first screen offers 4 topics on the formation of the cosmos, our place, the Big Bang, colour-coded proximity sensing posts, both to choose topics and to drill down to further levels of information. The second screen offers its magnetic shield
Earth's on the surface in the solar wind. It also
and the workings of volcanoes and plate tectonics.
Rides over the thin ocean crust.
Ireland's first pan-galactic email station allows visitors to target an exoplanet currently over Cork. The radio telescope on the castle roof will lock on and transmit their message. Visitors can use the Cosmos website to monitor their message's progress over the future decades. Climax of Visit to Cosmos is the chance to collaborate in controlling a space mission, Comet Chaser. Made with the collaboration of ESA, the European Space Agency, visitors can consult with Dr. Mike Mackay, ESA's mission flight controller, and other experts at critical stages of their mission. The Grave Matters Gallery presents a cross-section of the ground to illuminate burial practices in the 19th century. Topics such as grave digging, body snatching for medical schools, multiple burials in single plots, and cholera control can all be explored on interactive screens built into the top of the grave slabs. Glasnevin has kept meticulous multiple entry records of every single burial from the lowest pauper to the greatest statesman. Visitors can discover the medical, economic, social and historical value of these records in the archive vault. The Milestone Gallery also houses Lifelines, a 10-metre-long interactive timeline table recording the lives of 200 of the most interesting people buried at Glasnevin and how all these individuals interconnected. The layered information starts with a brief summary paragraph on each person, so that users can judge whether they want to drill down further, either to a potted pictorial biography or even to a full written one. A map shows how to find each person's grave within the cemetery.
Take you back through the doors of time, through the centuries, just to see what evidence we have for saying that our whiskey is not only the best but the original. Here you can see the ships sailing up the River Liffey, collecting their exports of whiskey, which was contained in these oak barrels. Now, whiskey to be whiskey must mature for a minimum. Any more questions? Last question then?
Yes, I do. Have you finished?
Yes, Mr. Locke. What's the problem?
Well, you forgot to mention one outstanding feature of my distillery at Kilbeggan.
I'm very sorry.
We called Ellen Corrigan the Queen of Irish Whiskey. I had a queen more like it.
And the guide failed to mention all the philanthropic cases I've supported over the years. I have contributed £250,000 for the restoration of Christchurch Cathedral. I'm led to believe a knighthood is in the offing.
Okay.
The finest techniques
In the First World War, we had the German U-boats circulating the waters around Ireland and England, which made shipping extraordinarily dangerous. In fact, they sunk the Lusitania, which was the unarmed passenger liner. And at Easter time, 1916, the Irish rebels occupied strategic buildings all over the city, including George Rowe's distillery, William Jemison's distillery, because there were fortified buildings. They fought for 5 days unsuccessfully when they had to surrender. And it was prohibition in America in 1920. The Volstead Act was enacted. The drinking, importing, sale, anything to do with drinking alcohol. It started organised crime in America because you had mobsters like Al Capone through that period. We now could not export our whiskies to Britain or the British Empire.